Me, Gwen, Stephen. You're the closer.
It's not true, y'all.
Gwen,
Gwen, you're after.
Stephen.
So Gwen, you're so Yvette, Gwen, Stephen, and who? Me?
And then you.
They got me saying an awful lot, and I don't want to say all this.
But you're the senior member.
Yes.
Look, your person is there, Gwen.
Well, she actually is not the senior member on these ones.
Oh, okay.
Terry. Terry.
You
know Terry.
Terry's like, first
Right.
of all.
No, I don't
Absolutely.
mind. Keep me last. No, keep me last.
But
Keep
I'm
me
not.
last.
you know Terry spoiled baby.
I know
Right.
she
Blake came out real quick.
Come on, wait a minute. No, she wants it the way it is.
All
All right, everyone.
Terry.
We're going to get started. A pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. And thank you for joining us. I'm Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke, Chair of the Congressional Black Caucus and proud representative of New York's 9th District. I want to thank all of my colleagues of the CBC and the House Ways and Means Subcommittee on Social Security for their leadership and presence this afternoon. The CBC is gathered today to express our grave concerns about Donald Trump and Elon Musk's efforts to take a chainsaw to Social Security and the immense harm this will have on black communities around the country. Since day one of this administration, they have shown the American people who they are and who they are working for. Instead of working to lower the cost of living for everyday Americans as promised, Donald Trump and Elon Musk have made it their top priorities to wreck the federal government, slash programs like Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, and veterans benefits. Over the past few months, Donald Trump and Elon Musk have fired thousands of Social Security employees, breaking the agency's website, closed field offices, and made it impossible for seniors to get their benefits, all so they can give billionaire Republican donors a huge tax break. These efforts will impact many of the 72.5 million Social Security beneficiaries around our country, including millions of veterans who have risked their lives for this nation, and from families in which a spouse or a parent has died. We are hearing from hardworking Americans who are worried about making ends meet, parents who have to make difficult decisions about what will happen to their families if they were to lose their benefits. They are all saying the same thing. They want Republicans to keep their hands off Social Security.
Yes. Amen.
Republicans are breaking Social Security, and they are breaking it on purpose. For Republicans, cruelty is always the point. For Republicans, only the wealthy and the well-connected matter. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have everything. They have everything but want to take away the last lifeline out of poverty for millions of Americans in need. They know full well what will happen to people without Social Security. They know the hardships of families the hardship that our families will face. They know, but they just don't care. We want Republicans to see the humanity of the people that are being affected in real time by their cruel efforts to deny everyday Americans the benefits that they have worked so hard to get. Social Security is not an entitlement. Social Security isn't a handout. Social Security is a benefit earned by hardworking Americans who just need a little breathing room to get by at the end of the month. Social Security is for Americans who have worked their entire lives and just want to retire with some dignity. Republicans want to leave seniors who have paid into Social Security for years vulnerable and without a lifeline. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are on the verge of breaking Social Security beyond recognition. This is totally unacceptable, and we will not sit back and watch it happen. We are calling on House Republicans to stand up now and join Democrats to stop Donald Trump and Elon Musk and protect America's Social Security. It is now my honor to bring to the podium a member of the Ways and Means Committee, Subcommittee on Social Security, Representative Gwen Moore of Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairwoman Clark, for convening us for this very important topic, Social Security. Program signed into law by President FDR and is now 90 years old. You know, we've heard President Trump claim that he is not going to touch Social Security. We've also heard his sidekick, Elon Musk, call it a Ponzi scheme. My own senator from Wisconsin has called it a Ponzi scheme. So what is the truth? As a member of the Ways and Means Committee and on the Subcommittee on Social Security, I have seen the attacks on Social Security close up. I was sitting there in the joint meeting when Donald Trump claimed that people 150 years old were getting Social Security. People 300 years old were getting Social Security. And I do beg my constituents to forgive me because I was totally inappropriate when I shouted out, "That is a lie." We know that what they're trying to do is to sow distrust with the Social Security system, as they've already done with younger people, having them believe that Social Security will not be around to benefit them, as they have so many people, disabled, seniors, ended poverty among seniors for the last 90 years. But I'm like one of my favorite journalists, Rachel Maddow. You got to watch what they do and not what they say. Why are they planning to close 47 field offices at a time when people like me, the baby boomers, are retiring at rates of 10,000 per day? Today, 10,000 people are turning 65 today. And tomorrow, 10,000 more people will turn 65. Now it's just stuck on stupid waiting on dumb to come to close offices at this particular time. Not only that, Social Security has been underfunded, understaffed, and has the lowest staffing levels that it has had for the last 50 years. And yet they're closing field offices. Not only that, they're cutting staffing, and they're looking to cut 7,000 more people from Social Security. And under the guise of preventing waste, fraud, and abuse, they are doing this. And just let me say that waste, fraud, and abuse is more like wreck, ruin, steal, and abuse. And so, with regard to Social Security, them trying to root out fraud, right now, Social Security has a 99.8% accuracy rate. So it is absolutely a lie that they're trying to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. They're trying to deny benefits to people who would otherwise be eligible. And let me tell you something they did with this CR that we just passed. There's more evidence that they're trying to break it. Because we have so many other people, remember those 10,000 people that turn 65 every day? Because the baby boomers are starting to retire, just to keep Social Security administration levels, to process Social Security claims, to help with customer services, to flat fund Social Security, it would have cost them $600 million a year. What they did in this CR is not only did they not provide the base level $600 million funding to keep things even, but they cut yet another $100 million. So Social Security will begin the next fiscal year with $700 million less than what it has been in past years. No offices, no employees, no money. And yet we're supposed to believe they're not trying to undermine Social Security. Our former commissioner, former governor of Maryland, Martin O'Malley, has warned that beneficiaries have not missed a single check in 90 years, but they're at risk of missing one now because of the chaos that they are causing. I'll tell you one thing, the face of Social Security are the millions of people, seniors, people on disabilities, widows, people are in nursing homes, people who get home health care, people who are living independently because of Social Security. They're the ones that are going to lose. And finally, I want to thank the chair for convening us, because so often the only source of retirement that black people have, particularly black women, is Social Security. And so we're pulling the safety net away from the one program that has eliminated poverty from our senior citizens group. People who have sown, who have built this nation through their industry, and we're snatching the safety net from up under them. It is so good to be here. And I have another member of the Ways and Means Committee who's a very active member that I'd like to introduce now from Las Vegas, Nevada, and that is Representative Stephen Horsford, the former chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Immediate.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank Chairwoman Clark and all of my colleagues with the Congressional Black Caucus for this important press conference, because we speak for tens of millions of our constituents, Black Americans and people all across this country who depend on Social Security, and we're not going to allow Donald Trump, Elon Musk, or House Republicans to take away this earned benefit. I have one message for Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Take your greedy, grubby hands off of Social Security.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Now, I feel like I know a little something about Social Security. The fact that it is earned, not given. I know that it ensures seniors can enjoy their golden years in dignity after a lifetime of contributing to the system. And I know that it's a critical part of supporting Black Americans and other disadvantaged communities. There is nothing past tense about the challenges that historically disadvantaged communities continue to face today. Inequities accessing quality health care, food, schools, affordable housing, and economic opportunities. It means Black workers are more likely to become disabled or die before they reach their retirement. It means lower lifetime earnings and fewer opportunities to save or earn pensions, and that Black workers are more likely to face poverty during their working lives and in old age. The poverty rate for Black older adults is about twice as high as for older white adults, meaning more retirement insecurity. Without Social Security, the poverty rate among older Black adults would be 49%. With it, that rate drops to 20%. That's more than 1.6 million people that Social Security keeps out of poverty among Black Americans alone. And across all demographics and age groups, it's more than 22 million people. There's a reason that nearly 90% of Americans agree that Social Security should remain a priority for the nation, no matter the state of budget deficits. That includes 70% of Democrats, 86% of Republicans, and 88% of independents. This is about the dignity of work that every American deserves versus unchecked greed from the richest man on earth, Elon Musk, and his pet president, Donald Trump. This is personal to me. My grandmother suffered a debilitating stroke when I was 3 weeks old. She became paralyzed and had to receive 24-hour medical care for 27 years of her life until she passed away. From the point I was a young child until she passed away, I visited my grandmother, in a nursing home. And I didn't understand it all those years growing up, but it was Social Security and her disability and Medicaid that allowed her to have that quality of life. So I'm not going to let Donald Trump, Elon Musk, House Republicans, or anyone take away an earned benefit that our constituents depend on. I won't stand for the attacks on Social Security. My constituents in Nevada won't stand for it, and the Congressional Black Caucus won't either. So we're here to call on our colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Break from the cruelty and the chaos. Break from Donald Trump. Do the right thing, stand up for your constituents, and protect Social Security. I'm now here to yield to my colleague, Representative Terry Sewell, the Dean of the Ways and Means Committee for the Congressional Black Caucus and one of the members of the subcommittee on Social Security.
Thank you, Stephen.
All right, well done, Stephen.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Terry Sewell. I represent Alabama's 7th Congressional District, and it is an honor for me to get into some good trouble by joining my colleagues in the Congressional Black Caucus for standing up for Social Security. More than 160,000 Alabamians, my constituents, rely on Social Security for their benefit. They are seniors, they are children, they are widows, they are people with disability, and the list goes on and on. For so many, Social Security is not just a benefit, it is a lifeline. Without it, they would have nothing, no source of income at all in their latter years. What this administration is doing to dismantle Social Security is shameful. It wasn't enough for Donald Trump and Elon Musk to go after our health care. It wasn't enough for them to fire thousands of employees from the VA. Now they want to go after Social Security benefits that our seniors have earned after a lifetime of work, all so that they can give trillion-dollar tax cuts to the wealthy and the well-connected. So let us be clear. Social Security is not an entitlement. It is an earned benefit. Trump and Musk, they understand that it is wrong and unpopular to summarily slash Social Security. So what are they doing? They're going after the system itself. They're trying to break the system itself. That is why they fired thousands of Social Security employees. That is why they broke the agency's website. That is why they are closing Social Security field offices all across the nation. And that is why they are forcing seniors to make claims in person rather than by phone, because the phone systems go down. Elon Musk may say that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, but for the people that I represent, the people that we in the Congressional Black Caucus represent, it is a difference between putting food on the table, medicine in the cabinet, and gas in the car. 77% of the current retirees rely on Social Security to make ends meet. For so many, this is simply unacceptable. That is why House Democrats and my colleagues at the Congressional Black Caucus, we will always fight to protect Social Security benefits. It's time for the House Republicans to put their constituents first and join us in protecting Social Security. So to Trump And to Elon Musk, I have 5 words. Hands off our Social Security. Hands off our Social Security. Hands off our Social Security. We in the Congressional Black Caucus stand strong and united with the American people in protecting Social Security.
So as you can see, the Congressional Black Caucus is united. We're fired up and we're not going to take this. And so I want to thank all of my colleagues for standing tall for our constituents, people across this nation who rely on their Social Security benefits to live in dignity. And we are all paying into Social Security. It is not a Ponzi scheme. It will make sure that particularly those who are in the disability community, those who are veterans, those who are working hard each and every day to keep a roof over their heads, have that actual security as they retire. Having said that, I want to now ask if there are any questions from the press. And if not, we want to thank you for showing up today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues.